Oops, I must have pressed the wrong button, but anyway, let us just continue. I'm a little bit bigger than normal, but all right. So we talk about typical features of continental margins. So continental margins are the transition zones between coasts and the deep ocean. So the deep ocean is 4,000 meters deep, but across continental margins it gets shallower. Okay, so it's shown here in the top image. You can see this figure here, where we near the coast we have something which is called the continental shelf. Okay, and the typical depth of continental shelves is 200 meters. In some regions it's less, in other regions it's a little bit deeper, but 200 meters is a typical depth for continental shelves. Then there is a region where the continental shelf turns into the continental slope. It's the sloping region where the water depth change, the total water depth changes from 200 meters down to 4,000 meters. Okay, the typical width of continental margins is something like, can be 50 kilometers, can be 100 kilometers. Okay, or can be, in some regions you can have relatively steep continental slopes. Okay? By steep, it's a little bit exaggerated here, but with typical slopes of continental margins are something like 1 to 5 degrees, actually. In some parts it can be as steep as 45 degrees in some localized regions or so, but mostly slopes are only mildly inclined. Okay? Shown here at the bottom, another additional feature is what we sometimes find. Let's see, where is my finger? My finger is here. We get something which is called a trench. Okay, a trench is a deeper depression, a seafloor depression. It's called a trench. Okay, so now another typical feature, and I referred to that before, are so-called submarine canyons, and the larger features are called actually valleys, submarine valleys, and submarine canyons are, and there can be also submarine channels, and there are typical features, and they play a significant role in the ocean in several aspects, like conducting sediment-driven flows downslope. Okay, fascinating feature underwater known as submarine canyons.